everyone, greetings for the day. Welcome to another tutorial of Excel. Today we will be talking about the consolidate function of Excel. Now this consolidate basically means that what exactly we can consolidate, where you would have heard of consolidating the different reports together, or you're talking about consolidating multiple mark sheets, what you could have even got in your academics or something, where maybe for a particular semester what you get is a different score sheets for each subject, which you clear one after the other. Now that could be another option where you would look to have it consolidated together. So here it will be finally picking up the last time what was done. But when we talk about Excel here we basically talk about consolidating the multiple entries of a single person made several times within the data sheet and combining it together and putting it as one single entry. So let's talk about consolidate today, and this will be the example which I'll be using here, where I've got a sample data which basically helps you to understand that there is a team who's working on sales of a company, maybe a marketing team or something, where there are various people who are working on the sales, and every single week or maybe every single day I keep a track of sales done by each Salesforce person of my sales team. Now say for example Alex on day one made 23 sales of the product, and then Jim came back to me stating that there are 15 sales which are done by him. Then James made another 12 to that contribution. Now obviously Jim came back on the day 2 and said that he would have done some 17 sales, where Alex again came back on that day and said I did another 7 over the 23 what I did yesterday, and so on. So say for example I might be tracking them frequently on a daily basis or maybe a weekly basis, or depending on what is your frequency of measurement. But maybe at the end of the month, you would like to combine them together. Instead of doing that manual effort, creating another table, you can just use the option consolidate. Now, consolidate will basically help you to minimize your efforts in tapping the names and calculating their subtotals and putting it together. So say, for example, here I would like to add all Alex together, all Jim together, all James together, and the Eli's together. So depending on the number of entries, it would just add it up and put it together. So all you would have to do is, obviously having the data with you, you need to create the labels before you can use this option. The reason is the labels are not copied by this option. The reason is the consolidate option picks up in the format what you have created to be consolidated. So we retain the labels as it was, because labels cannot be copied. So all you have to do is select the first cell here where you would like to place the summary or the consolidated result, and then you can switch to the data tab, and under data tab you can look at data tools where you find your consolidate option. So even in 2010 or 2007 you would find it under the data tab itself. You can just click on it and you can select a function here where we have different things to be done. Maybe you can pick sum, you can pick count, average, max, minimum, product, or count numbers, standard deviation, and so on. So say for example here what we are talking about is sum. So it will pick up each Alex entries from here where we have 3 entries of Alex and sum it and put it together. So Alex altogether he has done so much sales. Whereas if I go for count, it will basically count that how many entries of Excel Alex is existing in this particular selection. So say it is 3. So it will return me 3 as the consolidated result. Whereas average would be again based on the number of entries and what was his average sales, depending on the every time his entry was made. So maybe you would like to calculate a salesperson monthly average sales, then depending on each day entries, it will be calculated as average divided by 30. So that formula you don't have to worry about. You just have to select average here and it will be done for you. Similarly, the max, min, and so on. So let's take the first example, sum here. And the next thing you would have to do is select the reference, where it's basically to be the source data. So select the range which you would like to pick up, and don't forget to add it. So it already exists, obviously, because I would have done it before. So you just make sure that it's added, and then you can just click on OK. But before that, you need to put this thing where you would like to, how do you want to consolidate, like based on what? So my legends, the one which I want to consolidate, should depend on the name. So name is in the left column, not in the top row. So when I say left column, it basically will come to the Alex, Jim, James, and so on, the entries of the name. So it will look for the similar names and consolidate together. So just put OK here, and you can see that being consolidated. So Alex, Jim, James, Elias. Now this can be even done for a multiple entry. For example, if I want to have, maybe I would have done this for a week. Now week 2, week 3, week 4. And then I would like to have a summarize of the monthly entry. Then maybe, yes, I can just quickly copy this information and create another table. Maybe, okay, I shouldn't have copied it. So let's insert another row, column, and then maybe I can paste it. So say, let's copy this, Control-C, Control-V, and let's change some values. Now, so let's not go so high, which could be quite impossible. So say 20, and this gentleman maybe did another one sale. Then say, for example, it was 1.4, and then it came to 1.2 for this guy, and 8 for this person, maybe 6 or 5 for this person, and either like 9, and say 28. So now when we talk about consolidating multiple tables, all you would have to do is you can eliminate this for time being, because we'll be having the new consolidated value here, and you can just select the cell where you want to start, click on consolidate. So basically we need to give the reference where you would like to have the consolidated data. So you select the cell here, and then if you wish, you can remove this to avoid any kind of confusion by selecting and deleting it, which will make it fresh. Then you can go ahead with the references. So I'm showing you now how to use multiple references. So here it is. So one range we have selected, add, then go with the second one, and you can add that as well. Now you can see that all references section is showing you the 2 ranges included as a part of it. So now it will be basically comparing both the ranges from 2 different tables and putting it as a consolidated value, where again they use labels in the left column, because I want to consolidate based on the name, and say OK. Now you can see the very much total here, which is 76 of Alex, Jim 45, James 71, Elias 28. So just to cross check if it is true or not, here it is 76 for Alex. Let's pick up all Alex entries by pressing Control. So I'm just selecting them here, and then this one and this one. So now if you come at the bottom here, you can see it's 76. So that's how basically it gets consolidated, and you can do it with multiple tables, multiple ranges, subjected the labels are same, the format is same. It will basically go ahead with consolidating it and showing it back to you. So similar way the other things also works, like the count, max, min, and all. As you know the working condition of it, you can just implement it. Now that's from Consolidate team. Hope you understood something new today here, where it was about consolidating the multiple set of data as one single set of information as consolidated. Hope you enjoyed the video and definitely learned something new today. Do comment your queries, doubts, clarifications below so that I can get back to you with more details on the same and get it clarified. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel to get latest updates on the new videos about basic Excels and advanced. To get notified, do not forget to click on the bell icon. Thank you team for watching the video. Happy learning.